Well, hi, everyone. This is Gene Trowbridge of the Trowbridge Law Group, and we're a law group, a law firm that concentrates on securities offerings, private placements, Regulation D, Rule 506 B or C. And today is my Tuesday Facebook post. I'm with you every Tuesday at 10 o'clock California time. And today we're going to deal with a question that I got from one of our clients who had an interesting question that I have not had to answer before. And I thought I would take this opportunity. And it all has to do with the prohibition against advertising or solicitation in a private placement offering. And so the rule is no offer or sale can be made through solicitation or advertising. That's really the rule, unless maybe you're doing a 506C, right? So you have to figure out, what are you doing? Are you doing a 506B or a 506C? So my client sent an email, and he said that he had a caller. Someone called him, and they said that they found his name in the SEC website. Well, that makes some sense because the SEC takes the information from the Form D that you file when we do a Reg D offering and puts it in a database. And this particular person has figured out how to handle the database. And what this particular person wanted to find some private placement offerings that they could invest in. So the question was, hey, this person found my name on the SEC website. Can I take them in my 506B offering? That was the question. Well, this goes to the issue of advertising. Here we have the SEC, which is a public website. It doesn't sound like there was any communication between my client and this potential investor. The potential investor went to the public records, if you would, at the SEC, found the name, and made a call. That would not be advertising. Now, the question is, can I take them in a 506B? Well, it's not advertising, so we've cleared that hoop. The question is, are they sophisticated? Because they could be accredited or sophisticated. We don't know, so we probably need to do some background checking. But you can't just say because they called me out of the blue that it's advertising. You've heard me talk about pre-existing and substantive. The pre-existing relationship and a substantive relationship are words that you use if you want to defend yourself from a charge that someone brought and said, well, you know, I didn't know you. You advertised to me and you brought me in to this offering and you shouldn't have done that. Well, that's not what happened here. The person went to the public website, found the information about my client, called my client and said, can I invest with you? So if it's a 506B, we just have to make sure that the investor is at least sophisticated. Well, what if the offering is a 506C offering, 506C? Then the question is, you can advertise. So that isn't really the issue. The issue is this investor accredited? So you'd have to go through the third-party verification. Because remember, the sponsor is supposed to take steps to be reasonably assured that the investor is accredited. So we don't have to worry too much about advertising if it's a public domain like this. Now, the other thing that I get even more often is, hey, one of my investors called and said they'd like to refer me to Uncle Bob because Uncle Bob might want to invest in this offering. So that's not advertising. You got a referral from one of your investors, one of your clients, in this deal or previous deals, and they want to introduce you to Uncle Bob. Okay, that's fine. So you get a hold of Uncle Bob. Now the question is, in a 506B offering, what can you do with Uncle Bob? I don't believe we have an issue in advertising here. we have an issue on Uncle Bob. Is he accredited or sophisticated? We'd have to figure that out. But if it's a 506c offering, we don't have an issue in advertising anyhow. But then we'd at least have to find out if Uncle Bob is accredited. Okay. Because in a 506c offering, you'd have to take reasonable steps to be certain that the investor is an accredited investor before you take their money. So both of these situations, someone coming to you from a public SEC website, someone coming to you from one of your existing clients, whether they're investing in this deal or other deal and giving you a referral specifically to a family member, I don't believe either of those are advertising, and I can believe you could defend yourself against a charge of advertising if that was ever brought to you. So that's my Facebook post for this Tuesday. I'll be back with you next Tuesday at 10 o'clock Pacific. Now, if you have any questions in the meantime, just reach out to me, Gene, at Trowbridge Law Group. I'll be happy to talk to you or trade emails with you. And don't forget our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is broadcasting a series of interviews we're doing right now called TLG Talks. And Jonathan, my partner, and I are interviewing people that are important in this industry, are clients of ours or service providers. We do about a half an hour interview, and very interesting. I'm learning a lot from the people that I didn't know before I started interviewing them like this. And that interview is always played on Thursday at noon Pacific Standard Time, and then it'll be saved on our YouTube channel, Trowbridge Law, and you can go there and you can watch all of our interviews. So I invite you to do that. So thanks a lot. I will see you next Tuesday. Bye.